Well, perhaps by looking at my surroundings, you can tell that this is going to be an unboxing episode. I've got a lot of packages that I need to unpack and clear out space for as I'm building the new set. So I'm going to be unboxing them today on the Retro Hack Shack. Okay, so as I mentioned in the intro, I've got a lot of boxes to open, and as I'm working on the set, these were just sitting around taking up too much space. I need to get these things opened up so that I can get them organized with all the rest of the stuff over there, which is all coming together nicely, neatly on shelves. This is taking quite a while to organize all of the crap that I got over the past few years. It's just been sitting in the garage. So I'm doing better, trying hard to get it done, and then the sets will come and hopefully have something nicer to look at in the near future. Also, you may have noticed that there is a sign above my head. That Retro Hack Shack sign was purchased by my wife for Christmas, so that was the big Christmas present for me as I was opening up gifts, and super excited to have it. That's going to go really well. You'll be seeing a lot more of that on the sets when I get them finished. But I thought for now, hey, I've already got this backdrop. I've got the little neon sign. I might as well put it up and use it while I've got it. So with that in mind, let's go ahead and open up some of these packages. Now, these are, a lot of them are stuff that I've purchased. A few of them are from viewers, so thank you very much if you've sent something in, including this one that I'm going to start with right now. This is a package from viewer Jeremy Breckles. So Jeremy, thank you very much for sending this in. Actually, he contacted me and he had some things that I was looking for and I had a few things that he was looking for. So we did a little swap and this is what he sent me, and I'm super excited to take a look at what this is. So let's dig in. There we go. Well, here's one. Finding lots of stray pieces in here. Well, sometimes you win some and sometimes you lose some. What we have here are two Zenith Data Systems Super Sport 286 laptops. Jeremy said these were in pretty bad shape, and yeah, he may have underestimated that assumption. So what he was hoping was that if he sent me two of them, perhaps I could piece these together. And you can see there's just stuff everywhere. So I guess this may have happened in shipping, but it's just pieces at this point. I don't even know if I can salvage them, to be honest. But they do have, I mean, this one's got a functional keyboard, it looks like. Looks like this one may have a functioning display, or perhaps I can rig that up. So I don't know. Maybe this is a project for later. Maybe that's just, they're just too far gone. I mean, these are really, really rough shape, but that's the way it goes sometimes. I will set these aside, come back to them, and see if I can perhaps think about piecing these things together and making one working laptop. Certainly would be interesting to put together a laptop, a 286 laptop of this vintage, but yeah, this one's going to be a challenge. And I keep finding bits and pieces of those laptops. They really just disintegrated. It's too bad. But here's a package from another viewer. This is from Jeremy. Just call him Jeremy because I'm not sure how to pronounce or actually read this last name here. And Jeremy, I know he sent this in quite a while ago, so I apologize, Jeremy. I just hadn't done an unboxing in a long time. But yeah, he sent this in a while ago, so let's go ahead and open it up and see what it is. Okay, so there's a couple of things in here. One is, it looks like a floppy drive. Oh no, this is a hard drive. I think that he sent this in to replace the potentially to replace the hard drive that was in my Packard Bell laptop, because that's something that I want to get to. So I'm pretty sure that's what this is. It's still in the case, but that is definitely an old school hard drive in there. So that's great. Thank you, Jeremy. And then in this package, oh yes, that's right. He sent me this memory, which I don't know if you watched that. If not, you should go back and watch it. It was a really interesting laptop, but it had this really weird memory. And the memory is, it has this pinout down here and just the memory chips on it. And it's a custom memory module. And I may actually have to make my own memory module to upgrade the memory in that laptop, which I'm thinking about doing soon. So thank you very much, Jeremy, for sending in this memory and the hard drive. I believe these are from another Packard Bell laptop, the same as the one I have. So I really appreciate it. Thank you. Okay, so now I'm going to move on to some of the things that I've purchased for myself, but I've probably forgotten that I did because it's been so long. But if you want to send me something, my address is in the About page, either here on the YouTube channel or also on the website retrohackshack.com. Just go to About. You'll find the mailing address that you can use to send things my way. If you do want to send something to me, please drop me a note first. My email's there, the address is there. Just drop me a note and say, hey, I've got this thing. Are you interested in it? And then we'll talk about it in an email conversation before you send it. That way you don't end up sending me something that I already have, 10 or 20 of and don't really need. So, all right, let's move on to the next package. Okay, I'm not sure really how to get into this one. It's one of those boxes that someone has formed, cut the corners and formed around the item. So not really sure how to get into it, but I'll give it my best shot. And I'll give you one guess where I ordered this package from. It's pretty obvious, right? Okay, this is interesting. Why is there random envelopes in here? That's odd. 2 brown, empty envelopes. Okay, whatever. Okay, I've got a random 4 key with a broken stem stuck in it. And RF modulator. Oh, this looks like it's from this is a TI-99, I think. Yeah. Here's the power supply. Very nice. Here it is. Ooh. Some more keys came off. Oh, and here's a cartridge. Burger time. Nice. So here is a Texas Instrument TI-99 4A. Not the one with the nice Alps keyboard, I don't think. Well, these do look like Alps switches, actually. Anyway, I haven't done anything with the TI-99 4A. I've got a few of these sitting on the shelf, and now I've got one more. So, yeah, I think it's time for me to perhaps do an episode on the TI-99 4A. Really interesting machine. Some people love it. Some people hate it. It's definitely not priced very high in the marketplace right now, so it's easy to get a hold of. But yeah, this may be something for people to start with if they want to start. Certainly if they used one when they were a kid, but if they just want to start with a simple system that's cheap and easy to get a hold of, the TI-99 4A is probably one of the ones that I would say you could start with. Yeah, it looks like it's missing some feet, but I've got the power adapter. I've got the RF modulator, even though won't need that, I don't think. And great. All I need is some joysticks and should be good to go. So look forward to an episode on the TI-99 4A. And it's really nice to have that original power supply for the TI-99 4A because it's a little bit of a funky power supply. It's kind of a square power supply. It's not really standard. So I'm sure you can buy aftermarket parts to build one yourself or make one out of other things, but definitely nice to have the original power supply with that one. Let's go ahead and move on to this one. By the way, if you are interested in seeing episodes on any of these, please comment down below. And if you see someone that commented, yeah, I want to see an episode about TI-99 4As, great. Just upvote that comment and then we'll see where things shake out and I will prioritize those episodes accordingly. But pretty much all of this stuff that I got is for the channel, so you'll be seeing it sooner or later. Ooh, well packed with sturdy paper. That's always good to see. I like paper packaging in general. If it's done well, not just crumpled up newspaper, but like that sturdy packaging you get from Amazon these days, works really well, for buffer around components and things like that. Let's see. Okay. Intellivision voice synthesis module. Wow, and it's in really good shape. And it's got chess still in there. So I'm guessing this is an Intellivision. And it got the RF, or the game switcher, the RF switcher for the TV, the original power supply. And here it is, the Intellivision II. Now I've got an Intellivision 1, but I didn't have an Intellivision 2, and so I thought I would go ahead and get one. This one even has the fake joystick that goes on the goofy controller here. When I was a kid, I had an Atari 2600 and my best friend had an Intellivision. We were always going back and forth about what the best console was. I thought Atari was better because it had more games. He thought Intellivision was better because the games looked a little bit better. And I've been thinking about doing an episode on the Intellivision, talking about how to remake these little slide out things that go in the back, or in the keypad rather. And these are the ones for chess. So thank you, whoever I bought this from, for giving me the chess game and the chess inserts here. But yeah, you can actually remake these. So I thought I would do an episode about the Intellivision, maybe a little history, and then do a restoration and talk about how to make these inserts. So if that's something you'd like to see, let me know in the comments below. Here's another great reuse of old packaging. I always try to reuse the Amazon packaging and all that stuff that we get so much nowadays. There's just no use to throw it out and go buy new packaging anymore when we've got so much of it floating around. Okay, so this is a cartridge adapter for the Atari 5200 to convert so that you could play the 2600 cartridges on the 5200. So this is really exciting. I've been thinking about making a history video on the Atari 5200, and it would be hard to do justice to it without this. It's a big part of the story. Big reason why the system didn't sell at first, because it didn't have this originally, and so people were left without backwards compatibility. It's actually surprisingly more sturdy than I anticipated, but it'll be great to try this out and see if it works. Okay, I left this out there because I think this is also related to 5200 stuff, and it's kind of sunken in, so I hope it didn't get damaged sitting around here in the garage. Who knows what kind of equipment I've put on top of this box while it's been sitting here. This tape is interesting. Ugh. Okay, yes indeed. Here is Missile Command for the Atari 5200, and the manual for that, and it even has the Missile Command inserts that go into the joystick. I haven't seen those, and these are pristine condition. I don't think they've ever been used. So that's really cool. And the fact that Missile Command was in the box may give away what this is. If you're familiar with the 5200, you can't play Missile Command without the Trackball controller. So here it is, the 5200 Trackball controller. They're kind of hard to find at this point. The ball still moves around. Looks like it's going to take some restoration to get this thing working, but has the keypads. Basically, the joysticks are built in here in this case, and you just plug this in. Yeah, that ball's just a little loose. You plug this into your 5200. I'm not going to get that out right now. And yeah, it's really hard to play Missile Command without a trackball, so this was kind of necessary. It's a great addition to any 5200. I really look forward to restoring this and then trying it out with that Missile Command cartridge. Okay, next up, this is quite a long package here. I'm going to have to reach for it. And it is a rack mount equipment, and perhaps you can see it here, what it is. It's a Blonder Tongue Laboratories piece of equipment. And this is for an upcoming episode that I've already started, actually. Over here, I've got a TV and some antennas and some things. And I'm going to be doing an episode where I talk about how to set up a TV station in your house in case you ever wanted to use some old TVs to maybe broadcast signals to them, display things. I mean, if you think about it, really, it's a great way if you've got old TVs, instead of going through all of the transitions from HDMI and converters and things like that, you could just use a broadcast unit and broadcast a signal around your house if you wanted to, as long as it wasn't too powerful. And so this is a piece of equipment that I'm going to be using in that video to show how to do that, how to set up your own broadcast station. And I think it's going to be a lot of fun. Hopefully this works. It was certainly packaged very well. I'm not going to go into too much more detail. I'll save that for that episode. And one thing I'm realizing as I'm shooting this is I'm going to have to be really careful of that sign when it comes to reflections. I'm seeing lots of reflections. I'm sure you've seen some of them as I've gone through some of the close-ups on some of this stuff. So yeah, I'm going to have to figure out how to avoid that. Maybe so far I've just been turning off the sign as I do some of the close-up work, but yeah, I'm going to have to figure out how to avoid that. Anyway, let's jump into this package here. Now this comes all the way from EDT. I believe this package came from Egypt, actually. I noticed online that there was a lot of Spectrums available in Egypt. I don't know what happened. Maybe somebody down there got a lot of them. A lot, not like a great number, but like a, hey, here's 100 Spectrums, for some reason. I don't know. But anyway, I noticed a lot of them were coming out of Egypt. And so I thought, you know what? I got a good deal on this one, at least I think it is. And I went ahead and picked it up. So let's take a look. Oh, look, here's some stamps, I think, from Egypt on the inside here. They look pretty cool. There's one with a ship, one of a leopard, I guess, and then another one of an army dude. So yeah, that's pretty cool. I've never seen those before. All right, well, here it is. Sinclair Spectrum 128K, ZX Spectrum Plus 2. So this is the one with the, oh, look at that. The eject mechanism still works. It's the one with the cassette player built in. And yeah, I don't know much about Spectrums. I have a few ZX Spectrums around. I have a Z81, I think. And I have a Timex Sinclair, but I don't have anything of this vintage. Didn't come with a power supply or anything else, but yeah, I'm really looking forward to digging into this and seeing what all it can do, seeing if the tape player works. So I'll definitely be doing a restoration of this thing. And you know what? This has been sitting here in the garage probably for about a year. So I'm really glad I opened it. This is making me really want to get some of these episodes out. Boy, the keyboard feels pretty good, actually. Yeah, these keys feel pretty nice, especially compared to the original ZX Spectrum, of course, and even going back further than that, the ZX81 and whatever those were, those membrane keyboards and stuff, man, they were just awful. So yeah, this will be nice to have and play around with at some point. Okay, last up is a fairly large box. I think I know what this is, and I don't know why it's in this big of a box, actually. So yeah, let's just go ahead and open it up. This damage on top is just from the packages sitting on top of this. This was at the bottom of the pile here. So let's open it up. Lots of packaging around this. They even packaged up this little power cord, which I have hundreds of, these little IEC standard power cords. But hey, never can tell. Might as well wrap it up, I guess. All right, and here we go. I finally got it out, but it unfortunately has all of this sticky Scotch tape on it, but it is a Commodore printer. And I ordered this because I've got lots of these dot matrix printers, but I didn't have one that was Commodore branded. So I thought I would get that. I want to do an episode to see if I can resurrect some of these printers and actually use them with a modern device. So obviously you could connect this to a Commodore 64, print out some stuff, right? But I'm wondering if there's a use for these in the modern world. And so I'm going to be doing an episode on that coming up soon. I'm going to have to get rid of all of this really sticky Scotch tape. One thing I noticed, and it's unfortunately, oh, they didn't tape over it. At least not with this tape. One thing I noticed on the side here, it says to format a disk, open 1,8,15, print number 1, new disk name ID, put disk in drive and return. So yeah, the instructions there for how to format a disk were left on there from somebody's probably using that. So this is a Commodore MPS 802 printer, and I'm really looking forward to seeing if I can get this working again. Well, that's my late Christmas, or Christmas in January, I guess, for myself here on the channel. What do you think about this stuff that I got? What do you want to see an episode? Which should I prioritize? I'd love to hear your feedback. I don't do unboxing videos often, but I did want to share this with you guys and see this stuff for myself for the first time. Really, really interesting to see all of these different projects I'm going to have a lot of fun with, and hopefully put out some nice videos for the channel. Speaking of which, if you like this episode, go ahead and hit the like button. If you've watched more than one of my videos, maybe click subscribe so that those episodes appear in your feed, and it also definitely helps out the YouTube channel. If you really want to support the channel, you can become a patron, and I would appreciate that as well. So with that, I'm going to leave it right there. I'm going to come back to some of this stuff this year and hopefully put out some really interesting videos. But until next time, thanks for watching. If you want to support me on Patreon, you can go to patreon.com/RetroHackShack and sign up.
End of line.